It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Colts and the Vikings. And it's coming up next on EA Sports.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Play fake. Cousins. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Flush to his right. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 18. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up, keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play and gave up a bigger one instead.
They'll run with Cook. Fights loose. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Brings up 2nd and goal. Now Cousins. Now he's got it. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very...
And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown Vikings. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that lines up a 7-play drive all total. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll make it 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
You know, it was tough for them to stand on the sidelines and watch the other team take it downfield and score, wasn't it? So they knew when they got on the field, it's on them. Pick up first downs, get downfield and score. How about them picking up that 3rd and short?
I was just going to say, you and I were talking before the game, those 3rd down conversions are going to be huge in this one. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, They also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack.
And as he throws, he lost the football. It's loose. And this belongs to the Vikings. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back into youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 31.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. Flushed out right. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to... angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big... charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
They'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. Cousins. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Throwing, Cousins. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! Kirk Cousins on the connection to Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And here's Rodgers to return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll bring up a second down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Throw left side, complete. That's Doyle. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on fourth down to punt this thing. Back deep, D.D. Westbrook. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Cousins on first down. Dancing to his left. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. That'll bring up 2nd down. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the Colts are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Meanwhile, Wentz's throw here pulled in by Hilton. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock. .26 seconds to go until halftime. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Now Wentz. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he gets it down to the 32. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
I'll tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Caught left side by Hilton. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will do it for this an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. Rodgers on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Again, it's Wentz. He'll check this down to Hines. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Now a play fake. Wentz. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Wentz. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Eluding the pressure right. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Steps away. Open man here is Conklin. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. What a luxury to have a tight end that can run a post route like that.
It's a luxury for the offense. It's an extreme luxury for the quarterback. Always has a great outlet and usually able to come up with a nice play down the middle of the field.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, but it'll be 2nd down. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 23. They go play action. Cousins sliding out of the pocket. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cousins. It's caught. Smith. And a stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. Play action now. Cousins. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Cousins to throw for it under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right now, what you needed, go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Shotgun now for Wentz. Down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Anthony Barr, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. On second down, it's Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Colts have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. But he will not get in here. He stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Off the play fake, Cousins on the move to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. A big play there for Minnesota. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. From the red zone now, Cousins. This will be caught inside the 10. And the Vikings are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. This will be caught at about the 5. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it second and goal now as they look for that final dagger. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings! Kirk Cousins on the connection to Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So that drive, 4 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And here's Rodgers to return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Cousins here to throw. Out to his left. Smith catches left side. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right. Throw caught there by Osborne. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 9. seconds remaining. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, it's Cook, and he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
On play action, Cousins. Wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown! Tyler Conklin, 28 yards. And the Vikings have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 19-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Rodgers on the return. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week? Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz taken in by the tight end Doyle. The reception from 7. It's 3rd down. Throwing now is Wentz. Oh, Pascal able to haul that one in. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead now up to 22. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I think the game balls need to be distributed.